Wine is a mocker, and alcohol is raging, and he who is deceived and led astray by them is not wise. Hello friends, this is Stella Sanobokelo, welcoming you to the Family Enrichment Hub. Thank you for those of you who send in the weekly feedback and the comments. I truly appreciate you. Today I want to be speaking about another dangerous behavior, which if not checked, can actually destroy our marital relationships and homes, and that is alcoholism or alcohol abuse. Each one of us knows somebody within our network of family, of friends and colleagues who is struggling in the area of alcoholism. And we all know somebody who has died as a result of injuries and indeed medical complications arising from the excessive usage of alcohol. And so it is common knowledge that indeed alcohol is a wrecker, it is a mocker, and it is a destroyer of our homes and families if not checked. Allow me share the statistics on alcohol. A study by the National Library of Medicine indicates that ongoing and regular drinking among couples leads to lower quality marriages, and marital problems involving continued drinking come from the effects of alcohol abuse. The report further indicates that when alcohol abuse is present within a household, it triples the chance of divorce in that family. The 2023 Alcohol Consumption Report by the World Health Organization indicates that men consume more alcohol than women. And Uganda is ranked as the #1 country in alcohol consumption in the world. Ministry of Health tells us that 9.8% of mental health patients suffer from harmful use of alcohol. The World Health Organization further tells us that harmful use of alcohol is responsible for 3 million deaths annually and 5% of the global health burden, including road traffic carnages, violent abuse and neglect, liver cirrhosis, cancers and tuberculosis, heart disease, suicides, mental health issues like depression and alcohol dependence. They further tell us that 1 in 20 deaths globally is caused by alcohol. And so they say, no amount of alcohol is good for your overall health. And excessive alcohol consumption has been identified as the #1 silent driver of chronic poverty within households in Uganda. Friends, that is the statistics for you. Allow me share how alcohol actually destroys our marriages. I recently listened into one of our local TV stations, and they were delivering a report on the relationship between alcohol and poverty within our households in Uganda. And what was actually concluded in that report is that alcohol is the #1 driver and the leading cause of chronic poverty within households, because the money which is supposed to help elevate the living standards of the household is diverted to alcohol. And so that is it for you, my dear friends. Alcohol destroys your financial potential as a household. I already mentioned it in the introduction that alcohol is a mocker. Alcohol causes its users to behave in a way that is just so shameful, where ordinarily, if they were not under the intoxication of alcohol, they wouldn't do some of the things that they do. For instance, you find somebody coming back home when they are half naked. They've undressed themselves. You find somebody coming back home shouting and hurling all kinds of obscenities to whoever cares to listen. That is a mocker. That is the negative power of alcohol on the lives of its users. Alcohol causes trauma and depression to the family members, to the friends, and indeed to the colleagues of the person who is abusing alcohol. Picture being a partner to somebody who is addicted to alcohol. Alcohol usage causes your partner to be branded in a certain way. They're going to be mocked. They're going to be ridiculed. They're going to be shamed. They're going to be branded in some very negative way. And for others, they cannot handle that kind of mockery as a result of living with a partner who is abusing alcohol. And so they choose to walk away from the marriage. Alcohol has a way that it affects the mood of its users. Because of the intoxicating nature of alcohol, it causes the users of alcohol to become aggressive. It causes them to be violent where their partners, where their children are concerned. And so it is a known scenario that alcoholics, when they come back home, they are in the mood for physical fights. No sober person would want to tolerate having fist fights on a daily basis because of the usage of alcohol by their partner. And so that is how alcohol can actually destroy our marriages. Alcohol is extremely dehumanizing. We all have probably witnessed and seen somebody who has reached very shameful levels of alcohol usage, where somebody reaches a point of suturing on themselves, where they pour on themselves, where they throw up on themselves, where they are smelling like a sewage line. That is extremely dehumanizing for anybody who is under the influence of alcohol. And for the partner of that kind of person, it takes the grace of God for you to remain in that kind of marriage. Like I've already mentioned in the statistics, death arising from alcohol usage is a known fact. Alcohol causes deaths because of the injuries related to the usage or the medical complications that come out of alcohol consumption. Divorce. Many people divorce. Like they say, the rate of divorce is 3 times higher within the families that are using alcohol than in the sober families. Alcohol will incapacitate your ability to deliver on your family obligations. You'll be diverting the finances that are supposed to be supporting your family to alcohol. You're not going to be intimate with your partner when you're smelling like a sewage line. You're not going to be intimate with your partner when you're not in the right mental state because of the effect of excessive usage of alcohol. That is how alcohol destroys marriages. Allow me share what the scriptures tell us about alcohol. The book of Proverbs chapter 31 from verse 4 to 6 is a beautiful text on a mother talking to her son, cautioning her son who has become a king. And she's telling him, "Oh my son, it is not for kings to drink wine, neither is it for the king to crave beer, lest he gets drunk and he distorts and perverts the judgment of the poor and the oppressed, but give strong drink to him who is perishing." In other words, give alcohol to the person who has no vision for their life. Also, the book of Isaiah chapter 5 verse 22 tells us that woe unto them who are heroes at drinking wine, and indeed champions at mixing strong drink. That is the scriptures for you. Friends, what do you do when you find yourself in a marriage, in a relationship where your partner is an alcoholic? I suggest we seek out the rehabilitation centers. Rehabilitation centers are doing a great job in supporting many alcoholics to recover and get back to their full potential as human beings. Although there is a chance that for many who have gone through the rehabilitation centers, there is a likely chance of they could relapse and actually go back to their alcoholism habit. So I encourage us to take it spiritually. Take it to the Lord. Pray to the Lord to guide you and help you and support you through this journey of recovery for your partner and indeed for your loved one. Because with God, nothing is impossible. Even the person who is a strong addict can actually be delivered. And also we are told, the English adage, prevention is better than cure. It's always easier to prevent ailment than to actually treat and cure. So I encourage those of us who are within the families, who have children, who have people whom we are raising in our households. Let's take it upon ourselves as parents to speak to our children, to guide our children, to help them make right decisions, and indeed to help them understand the negative consequences of alcohol. Let them appreciate that there is nothing good that comes out of the usage of alcohol, so that they grow up knowing that indeed alcohol is not a path for them to take. As I conclude, friends, the Bible teaches us in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 35, from verse 1 to 14. It's a beautiful story of the Rechabite family, where they were invited to the temple by the prophet Jeremiah. And when they went to the temple, the prophet served them strong drink, that is alcohol. And they strongly rejected it and said, "We were cautioned, we were warned, we were advised by our forefathers never to drink strong drink, and so we do not drink. We and our entire households, our children, our wives, nobody drinks within our households, and so we cannot drink alcohol." That is just to encourage all of us who are parents, who are raising people within our families, that let's not surrender our power to alcohol. Let's help our children to understand that alcohol has no benefit. Alcohol is a mocker. Alcohol is a destroyer. Alcohol is a wrecker of the potential which God has vested within us. Thank you, friends, for listening in. Thank you for loving the Family Enrichment Hub. Kindly share widely, for this is how we shall transform our society through the family. God bless you. Catch you again next week. Bye.